Technical difficulties.
Love it.
Oh,
There it is.
Gareth's asking if you turned it on, off and back on again.
That was the first fucking thing I did. I've
He
seen...
Gareth's
specifically
just
wanted
being
us
a
to tell
sass.
you that he's asking that.
See, I've seen the IT crowd. I know what time it is.
Okay, I see
Yep.
moving video.
It's working.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are we live again?
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually turn on my phone volume.
Okay, I see there's a warning on Streamlabs.
Drop price detector. Okay. Oh, it was only a 2-second one, and then it went to up next. Let's end this insanity. Rebroadcast.
Wait, so it's...
Still not up?
Yeah, it keeps doing like 1-minute clips and then.
Shutting back down again.
Oh my god, Bunny. Should I donate 5 more?
God, Bunny!
Oh, God.
Heck dang.
Thank you.
He's like, you know what? Everybody gets a sub.
Everybody.
In the bot.
So is it back
He
online?
just did 5 more. That's 25.
Finding
Bruh.
out.
Bro.
I can't get into a live thing. It keeps putting me on these
I
ones
think
that
we
are
can
like a
friend
minute
people
long.
I mean, it's working for mine.
So,
It's working just fine.
Jake.
on mine.
Another 5 from
I
Bunny.
think we might be.
I noticed, I'm sorry, I'm focused on...
Getting it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
it
mine
looks
keeps
like
trying to go to an old VOD.
Is
There
that
we are.
working for me?
okay, can anybody else confirm that it's working?
Look, the stream on the stream.
Sorry,
section.
That just did not make me happy that everything just cut out on me.
I think it's
Okay,
working.
looks like it's good on mine again.
Okay.
I see Andrew and Aiko in chat.
I'm getting multiple confirmations that it's working.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sorry about that. The
Yep.
internet just went. Huh.
I see you in the chair. Vox is doing their thing.
Now you're leaving the chair.
Everyone else is looking at their
Oh.
phone because... Oh, you're looking at your phone too. You're also doing the huffy stuff. Best way to describe that I've got right now.
Whew. Okay, what was the last thing you guys heard?
Yeah, I really don't remember
Yeah.
where we were because I immediately went into...
Panic
It
mode?
was some antics of mine describe. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you were
describing my-
telling him that you went to the Serpent strip.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he knows that. Because when she first told him, he was like, "Girl," and she was
Yeah.
like,
Oh right. To the guards.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they went to
So
the city guards to let them know about the possible influx of missing citizens reappearing out of thin air.
they don't believe us.
So you
And
guys
they
gave
don't-
them
they-
my name to confirm this.
Oh well, they want people to confirm the story that we actually went to the Serpent strip before they even consider entertaining the idea that what we said is possible. So they're going to ask.
I'm not going to lie, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It
No,
is.
it does.
It does.
So they're. I don't. We didn't mention him, did we?
No.
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 We didn't have any reason to mention you. They're gonna look at the. I forgot their names
You
already.
knew that we went.
Thanks. I'm glad I'm such a trustworthy source of information.
I mean, we didn't.
I was
You
trying to
gave
keep
us
as
a
many
job.
people out of it as possible.
Oh no.
Yes, but if you get more trustworthy individuals within the city on your side, it is more likely that, especially given your condition, should something arise...
Oh yeah,
I
she
did
told
let
them
him
about
know.
that. But Rispin and his daughter, the other people that we had that were pretty sure are back where they're supposed to be, the weird lady that we rescued on the way, who's in the city.
Rena herself.
I already said that one. And then I
Captain
said you
Squad.
because they trust you.
I'm a mercenary as far as they're concerned.
They trust your family. They just don't
As
know I'm the family.
Maybe.
They look at me and go, half elf, but then they don't consider full elf for some reason.
I'm sorry, what does Elven have anything to do with it?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going
Half,
with this.
I said that I was grandfather to her, and then Cat's. Yeah, and then they're like,
You also claimed that you made a wish and came back home. So, quite honestly, I'm not surprised that they're questioning everything that you have to say.
Yep. And I don't do all. I mean, okay. Some
yeah,
of
no,
the
he's not a
stuff,
magic-y
but not
person.
all.
He doesn't want to ask a magic-y person.
But it's not it's not
That
within the realm of impossibility that he won't if he's going to do his job correctly. And given that you went to the head of the guardhouse, most likely you talked to the head of the guards, or at least somebody in some sort of position of power, so he kind of has to.
And he's good looking, so he's probably the head of the guard.
That is quite shallow of you. I will say that if you did inform him of your current state, you may need to keep an eye out.
Yes, I figured as much, but
It also may be good of you that if you do keep an eye out, not to react too brashly if you do find something. Since you were honest, what the fuck? Who's
I
phone?
don't know why, but my phone's deciding it's time to vibrate.
Yeah.
I don't even have vibrate on.
Turn it off. Extra.
At least mentioning it to him, I'm assuming you spoke with a him, gives some credibility to your intent.
I
That does not mean that they will not trust you.
expect that. And if for some reason I end up not in my right mind, I wanted them to be informed.
Right. Well, I guess that is something we will all have to see in time. I hope things turn out for the best. Anyway, any lighter news?
Yeah. I'm no longer homeless, and I don't have to deal with Samuel on a day-to-day basis anymore, so that's great.
That is good news.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
I went back to the alluring forest,
He had to go home for a little while.
and I got a new staff.
Huh.
Tree
That was a
teleportation.
sudden trip.
I can do that. It takes a day that... like a second there and a second back, but there's got to be a day between the seconds.
Magical energy
I can
stuff.
step into a tree,
Druid magic bullshit.
I assumed as much.
and then
but,
I can go to any other tree that I've ever seen. As long as it's big enough to put a person.
that answers my question. Never
I can
mind.
also do that for other people. Like a minute, I can have a tree that's like a portal to anywhere.
Somewhere, Dragnor hears a tiny cat voice in his head going, "See, now you see where Mimi got her scatterbrainness from, because it wasn't from me."
The guard captain didn't like the idea of having
Just
anyone at
thought
all
his
go
mother was a
through
little scatterbrained.
and confirming that it was the serpent.
So,
A little witty.
I question your understanding of what the word trust means.
I mean, he didn't trust that it was the serpent strip,
That one.
and he didn't trust me to prove it was a serpent strip.
That's where she got it from.
God.
You offered a man you've never met before to step into a tree and seal land that nobody has claimed to come back from.
I mean, it's one.
What about
Does
that
someone else
sounds...
Reasonable.
What about that sounds like a reasonable thing? You really need to see more people.
This is not a reasonable human being we're dealing
Most
with.
people don't say they're from the alluring forest
the
either,
being.
so
Yes, but we at least know that there are people there.
there are people in the serpent strip.
And yet, no one we speak to has returned from there.
It's a violent land.
The
full
snake
Except
people return from there
of
all the time.
Rhinosaurus Rex.
They're not exactly the most talkative bunch.
Well,
But
we
all
met
of
some
you
that were
ha-
very talkative.
But
They
all,
wouldn't shut
but
up.
all of you have returned, which is something not entirely minor.
Oh yeah, we also sent people to Coin that we rescued from there, and one of them's here, so they're checking on that.
Also, given, not to mention, Rena takes very careful notes, as we saw down in
yeah.
that god-awful temple. So she's got all of that, because guess what? She never gave that back to the Wanti, just like I never gave that base back to him either.
We didn't tell him about the
Because
vase.
you smashed
We
it.
didn't tell Dragnor about the vase either, did we? Hey, Dragnor, there was a vase.
Smashed it. It was great.
Big old thing came out of it.
That sounds like a
Yeah, the vase
There-
gave us the wish.
and that is what I was expecting to hear. There's something more about this vase, wasn't there?
And
Yep.
then some weird ice bone thing started killing all the Wantios, right?
We weren't going to tell Dad about that.
Fit-
Something
Out of
strange.
character, we weren't going to tell Dad about that.
We weren't.
No.
Well.
Farron, you speak very calmly about things that probably you should worry a bit more about.
Do you see where grandmother gets it from now?
Is it gone now?
Because you know she does the exact same thing.
Well, that's right, his great grandfather, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, well.
So, you released a creature from a vase that gave you a wish.
Yep, we didn't know that there should be a creature coming out of it. We just didn't want to give it to the Wanti because item of power.
They weren't exactly going to let us leave with it.
They had no plan to kill us all, so that was a good distraction. Also, they had a guy who could turn our spells around.
Did
on
you
us.
mention the beast to the city guard?
No.
Seriously, you told them everything else but that. That was the biggest reason for going there.
The beast wasn't the reason for going there.
Listen,
Shut it down.
hear me out about this. It's possible that it is all right that you didn't tell them.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking too.
On the flip side,
We could need to tell him.
on the flip side,
Surprising.
it could be something important to know about if it decides to come here.
True. Or the Wanti suddenly have a massive exodus from their home.
My
Yes.
concern was it's
They're going
it's
to.
likely that if it shows up, it's hostile.
Oh yeah.
And while I'm fine with being tailed around the city, I am not fine with it becoming made anybody else's fault that a potentially hostile, potentially magical demon or genie
Yeah.
was let loose.
You know, that sounds like something those Suno people would be like, oh, here, have these lovely little bracelets, and you're going to the front.
Describe the creature.
Bony.
It
Undead?
was like it was made of bone and ice,
Oh, and a dragon.
and it could fly without wings.
I thought it did have the bone wings.
No, it didn't have wings.
Oh, it didn't
And
have
it,
wings.
and it came out of...
A vase.
A vase.
Was there anything about this vase that seemed different?
It was ornate.
It looked empty. It gave a feel, honestly, quite like what we encountered in Nakane's family, too.
Oh, and it said, oh, finally. It's been in there for
Anything
a while.
anything on the vase?
There were runic Aluna inscriptions, but nothing that could be interpreted.
Yeah, so it's been in there for a very long time. Yeah. Probably wasn't the best thing in the world to break it. We didn't
Our-
have much choice.
Our plan had been to bring it to the city so
So-
that it could be stored and hidden.
I actually have a question for the party as a whole. Did you ever tell Dragnor about what the tree said?
The tree? Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know about the tree. I've been thinking about that the entire time.
Yeah.
Going,
Dragnor is gonna say, "A soulless demon's rest will rise."
Yep. Don't worry, I've got that written down somewhere. I
It
have
would be
well
best if
thought
that
about
was something delivered as a potential prophecy. Than
I-
as a debriefing of
An
I
event that's already happened.
really hope
Here it
that
is. The Harbinger of Ice will rise, the soulless demon's rest will end beneath the earth, the plot.
How about you read that a little slower for the viewers at home?
Oh. Fine. The
Read like a
Harbinger-
normal boy.
The Harbinger of Ice will rise, the soulless demon's rest will end, beneath the earth, the plotter's plans.
Wait. No telling.
Wasn't off?
Ninja!
Hold on, give me a second. I need to pry my eyeball out with a fork.
I mean, no one was complaining about not being able to hear me.
Probably because you're close enough to my mic,
Yeah.
which, yeah, okay.
Yeah. The harbinger of ice will rise, a soulless demon's rest will end. Beneath the earth, a plot is planned to bring the heat of this city to an end. And that was said in the city. But then a different ice thing happened here as well, so.
That that sounds like it spells a lot more trouble than you're giving it credit.
Oh yeah, I know. The Wertic trees started killing themselves after they said that.
Maybe it was important for you to tell the guard about that thing.
Well, perhaps when they come question me, I will mention it.
Oh yeah, we overlooked this small detail of a demon.
Admittedly, for my part, the prophecy from before all of this has slipped my mind.
Oh yeah, we can use that.
I can understand that.
Great.
Also, they never asked us about how we got out of there.
It was not high on my list of priorities any longer.
Prophecies are terrifying things, as I have determined reading to Alina at night.
What are you reading her?
Books that she picks.
Oh boy.
Top quality literature.
Stuff about heroes and prophecies, they tend to come true. And this is terrifying what you're saying.
Yeah.
Great.
And all I've got from the tree is this warm stone.
It's probably to be used against
I-
the demon thing.
I suggest that
Don't tell them about the stone.
while I'm not usually a superstitious individual, it might be prudent for you to look at leaving the city.
I
Well,
mean, that's
we-
what the tree told me to do as well.
We had plans.
The tree was
I have
child of nature.
sort of now decided that it might be a good idea if me and Alina left the city as well.
Ooh.
Well, if you care to go far north, if you tell my mentor that you're in touch with us, she might be able to help you and Alina find lodgings in the City of Gold.
Paper.
Depends on if we make it that far. We will look to go to Quine and then see from there.
I mean, Quine's closer to the Serpent Strip.
Thank you for increasing my confidence of my decisions. You have such a way with words.
It's alright if you think you're mad at me for going to the Serpent Strip. Wait till you hear where Myth is taking us next.
Oh yeah.
You want to inform him about that there, Myth?
Where are you going?
What's the next best place to go?
Myth just gives a long, suffering look at Nakane.
The next best place to go.
In the most
Yeah.
sarcastic way possible.
Yeah.
If
That's not the Alluring Forest.
you
Well,
are truly
there's the
planning-
Dragon Scar. There's the Swamp of the Dead.
I've already been to that one.
She has. I found her there.
You
We're
have the habit
going-
of going to some of the worst places there are.
We're going to Rivertan.
I'm going to live a long life.
I've already lived a long life. You're making it shorter. Actually, longer,
I-
technically.
I
I
have not been to River Tan myself, but I have heard nothing good come from that town.
yes. And
Missing children.
if the rumors that we've been fed are anything to go by, if you and Alina do get that far north, I would cut it a wide berth. They seem to be targeting children in that area.
It's always something more in this world. Well, we'll do our best, and it's going to have to look like we're leaving the city a bit sooner than I was ever hoping, but we'll head north. We'll see what is the best course of action as we go.
The Heartlands are quite hospitable.
As I remember, but they're also full of...
Oh.
They're a bit more restrictive.
Idea. Where are you planning on going? Or not quite a plan.
At
just
this
general
point,
idea.
anywhere but here.
So, if I've been there,
Farron,
I don't
while
need to go. You can just.
I understand, while I know you mean well, to be completely honest, the idea of walking through a tree and coming out the other end sort of terrifies me.
This is
Also,
man-
you can't bring your stuff.
Yes, you can.
you only have
Not
like a-
all of their stuff.
Anything you can walk through in a minute.
Yeah. So you can
You
just
can
throw
just go
things
back
through.
and forth.
No, you can just throw things through.
While I
I know
can
how that
travel
works.
light, there are a few things I'd like to keep just in case I need to make some coin on the road.
Yep.
So, again, while I appreciate you offering to take me anywhere you have been, which I'm not sure is anywhere I would be desiring to go.
City of Gold. A lot of places in the north. Heartlands.
Have you been to the City of Gold?
Yeah, once. Once? Probably.
From what I remember us talking about, no.
I thought we said I had been. I've
No,
been close.
No, you left and then went south.
Oh.
If you
I've been close.
need any transport, I do have a camel.
Wait, when did you have a camp?
I've had a camel since the start of fucking City of Glass.
What?
Oh, yeah.
While that is that is quite the offer. I plan on taking a ship,
That's reasonable.
especially with Alina with me. I do not want to risk walking the desert.
Score's good.
He's also expensive.
He also might not be in town. I plan to take a boat as soon as I can make preparations for, and I do not know who will be there. But I have some connections in the shipyard that should be able to get me out of
Where?
town.
Yep.
I can just give you money as well.
I am quite alright, but I appreciate the offer.
Travel carefully. If that wish did work, I'm sure the Wanti will be looking to replace their...
I mean, they might be busy.
And if that prophecy is going to be true, I have a bad feeling about what is going to happen to the city. So, damned if I do, damned if I don't.
I know that you're an able fighter, but...
Yes. Well, while normally I would not be so prone to ask you all to leave, all of this has concerned me enough. I think I need to close shop for the evening. Maybe a bit longer. We'll see.
Yeah, you gotta make travel preparations.
Indeed. So, this has been enlightening.
At least we told you.
Yes, I cannot say that I would have survived you not telling me. We'll see.
What?
Nothing.
Anyway,
I can't look across the table. God.
I hope
Oh, I thought you were
I hope you and your friends figure out where you're going next.
Rivertown.
Probably. Or
Right.
And then after that, probably City of Gold to watch Myth get her snaky tail.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm alive then, yes.
It'll be fun to meet Beryl. We'll
Really, you're gonna leave me to pass along that message too? Cool.
Well, I can
You
pass,
can
just
do it a barrel.
Avoid Bethel.
I can pass it along.
You're acting as if Myth is dead.
No,
She's
no.
not.
It says I'm saying, should anything happen to Myth, and we tell her mentor,
Nothing's going to happen to Myth.
Well, at
I
least
call-
one of us is confident of that.
I mean, we know what.
Have
one
you
thing's
met the
happened.
rest of my family?
Well, again, if you don't mind, I would like to get some preparations done.
Of course. Yep, same.
I will offer one more round on the house if that is something you desire.
Stew.
Honestly,
Right. I think I'm gonna have to turn down the dragon meat anyway, as I'm not sure if that is something I want to carry with me.
Sure, we can try the stew.
Takes some of it, tries it. What did you roll for survival?
25.
It's a lot better than I expected.
Yeah.
What? Never mind, I don't want to know what kind of dragon.
Wasn't it green?
All right,
Take you up on.
ignoring exactly what I asked.
I can't remember.
He really
It was green.
Oh. I just remember we were able to put a
And
lot of green
he
around
gives you
us.
each an additional round. And
So he travels.
he takes one too. Downs it. And where are you guys going from here?
Probably back to the house.
Okay. How long are you waiting for Calumet?
I mean, a while. I want my goddamn bird. He's probably just chilling. Chilling outside, waiting for Kahamut. Keeps whistling periodically.
After some time, the rest of the party comes back.
Wait, do I see them? I'm still on the roof. Do I see them heading back from the roof?
At some point, yeah, I'd say you probably catch them.
I have a cheese grill. It's a shitload of cheese.
I've got a
throw
thing
one
right.
at Farron's head.
Okay, roll a attack roll, but with dexterity. I'm not counting this as a monk weapon.
Oh. It's on the side, could I?
If it's cocked, then reroll.
Reroll.
Yay.
That was really.
17. And I just.
With your dexterity modifier.
Well, right. 22.
So that hits his AC.
Cheese wheel
Tonk!
Roll a d4.
There was no cheese for me, though.
The triangle.
Cheese just
Yeah.
gets near me and vanishes.
Bonk.
As you approach the house and you see Tell and Auberg sitting outside, without much warning, you feel a mass collide with your head as you take one bludgeoning damage from a wheel of cheese tossed from the roof.
Said,
That was good!
you better watch out! Sorry, there's only so many cheese puns I can think of.
Auberg just looks up. I can't avoid them.
I didn't see this.
Well, how did the three of you... I don't know where you went. How did it go?
Could have been better. Could have been worse.
All right, well, I can't say that the house is very furnished. There's a table, and I have my bedroll set up. And it would appear as though Flynn took to the roof.
I have a tent.
As he says that, I land from the roof. Like, I'm from.
She kind of...
He does that. You get used to it.
So, about furnishing this house, I say we go kleptomancing.
We
That
might.
was a
We're
big
not
one.
going. It's not
No.
kleptomancing. There's no magic involved.
Kleptomancing.
We're also,
Kleptomancy!
we're also
There is a
probably
spell
only
for that.
here for a day or two.
Maybe.
But it's still our house.
Wait, a day or two? What's happened?
We've got business to attend in Rivertown, and
Oh, do
quite
we?
frankly, people
Apparently.
should be getting out of this town.
So maybe don't worry about furnishing.
Elvin's not going to be happy with this, is he?
Yeah, I'm already telling him. He's like, no, my house!
Is it because of the gigantic dragon?
Yeah.
Well, and the prophecy before that with the Lich or whatever he was.
Prophecy?
You guys have had some interesting
I'll tell her the
experiences.
prophecy. That was given by the Weirtig trees. You know
Wow,
what happened to this
I
guy.
really have signed up for the wrong internship. Apprenticeship, whatever.
We will give you.
Where are you? Where are all of you going?
Rivertown.
Ha! Never mind. I would rather stay here.
Would you like to go to the Alluring Forest?
No,
Why not?
I recommend the
I-
City of Gold here.
No.
I don't want to go to the Alluring Forest because I'd be just as lost.
I recommend the City of Gold.
But you can
That
make
sounds
so many
fantastic, but
friends.
I'd have to find passage there.
Respin might be willing to see to that since you're technically part of our group.
Oh yeah, true.
Andrew says, no, my house. And I'm like, the prophecy, Andrew. You helped me release the monster of the prophecy. He's
My
like, great
apprentice.
job, me. Go. Great job, me. Bravo.
My apprentice, she says. You need to
My
be here
mentor
to take that decision.
Likely let you stay with her if it comes to that.
There are many things that can be done.
You'll be fine.
All right.
Probably fine.
Probably fine.
It sure would be nice if Alduin were here, but
Yeah, it would.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
You'll poop off
Oh,
the-
don't scratch
the
it.
part.
all right.
makes
Well,
it
if it's the same to all of you, it is starting to get a bit later in the
Yep.
day at this point.
Yeah.
You guys have been walking around and talking and drinking already. If you don't mind, this has been a lot of news. A lot of things have been happening today. I think I need to sleep.
Go get
Dragon
some
stew
rest.
first.
Honestly, me
Just
too.
a little bit. Try it.
Why are you offering everyone your dragon?
Takes a little bit and
Wait, is it
tries it.
Yeah.
She kind of puts the spoon back. While it's expertly cooked, that is not for me.
Okay. What about everyone else? Dragon stew.
Dragon meat and
I'm
cheese.
good.
Yes, dragon meat and cheese. There you go.
Take on
I've had plenty of cheese and meat.
What are you rolling to see how much they like it? Because he's
I just roll a d20, and if it's lower on it, then they don't like it as much. Dragnor rolled a natural 20.
you like.
Really? I rolled a 17. It is amazing, especially with the cheese. You have more?
Yes.
How much more?
27 pounds.
You cooked all 27 pounds?
I didn't cook 27 pounds. I got 27 pounds of more meat and got 1 pound of cooked meat.
Faerun's
I'll take
dragons
I'll take 2
too.
pounds of the wait. Are you charging?
You, yes.
How
Well, you
much?
boys enjoy that conversation.
More than you can
I'm
afford.
going to bed.
1 gold. Okay.
One
Hey,
gold.
can I have 1 gold?
yeah.
No, because I still owe you money, don't I?
Yes.
I owe you like 100 gold.
Yes.
Along with the 2 gold for like 2 pounds of meat. Okay, hey, can I borrow 102 gold?
No.
I saved your life from fucking dragons. The least you can do is give me 102 gold.
You owe the
I'm
man.
cooking stew.
Dragons!
Yes.
You're alive!
I cooked a dragon.
I almost died.
So did I.
I was in the mouth of a fucking dragon. I lost Colin for your dumbass.
Colin?
You remember Colin?
What's Colin?
Colin the immovable rod.
Oh, Colin. You named your removal.
I name all my shit. You know me.
You absolute buffoons here. She just gives you 102 gold.
You haven't even met them.
Oh no, we've already made friends.
102 gold.
You just got 102 gold.
I give it to you.
Myth, one more wisdom save.
I owe you 102 gold. Now give
Where's
me
your come from?
You're not
From
doing
the
good on
2
these,
pounds
are
of
you?
meat.
Why do you need 2 pounds of meat?
I
Oh
want
boy.
Aren't I just going to be cooking it for you anyway?
I want
You
to
have
know.
another bout of
Are you
pain,
two still
Um,
fucking arguing?
but it's radiating
Slap.
kind of across
Slap
your
in the
head,
I'm going to stab them both.
and
Yeah.
feeling you kind of
All
feel
of my willpower, and I
um,
bludgeoned them.
almost like scales,
Righteous
but then after a moment,
This is going to be exciting.
like you feel them almost recede back into your skin.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
So, by round of applause, how much does it hurt?
It is quite honestly incredibly painful.
Right. So while all of that was going on,
Fetal
Myth
position.
is like probably halfway to the house because she very much agreed that it's probably time to just kind of get cleaned up, get bandaged up, and get some fucking sleep.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of just grabs her head and just like sinks to the ground with a
Ooh.
shout.
Oh, Myth. Oh,
Uh,
Oh, Jesus.
swings his cloak off and like shuffles over to her and like kind of lays it around her and like rubs her back a little bit. Are you all right?
So when I was feeling scales, were there actually scales?
Yes, there were. But this was part of sort of how I've flavored the Wanti Pureblood, which is their ability to kind of hide their Wanti features. So scales emerge, but they sort of recede back and hide.
So, depending on how fast Hell was, he might have seen some black and blue scales kind of creep around her temple and that before they sunk back into skin.
Did we see that? I feel like the second she was like, huh.
I'd say probably then, yeah.
Okay. He probably looks at Nakane very, like, pointedly. Doesn't say anything, but looks at her like I think we're getting a little close to that whole couple days situation. I think it's moving a little faster than we thought. Do you want some help getting inside?
That would be nice.
Okay. He like leans down so she can kind of use him to get up. He helps her get up.
she ragdolls.
He's just gonna pick her up in that case. He's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, all right, we'll just do this." He just scoops her
All right.
and takes her inside.
So,
Has to duck.
what is there anything else you guys want to cover?
I'm
Gonna
panic
get
'cause-
bandaged up and just sleep as soon as possible.
Okay. So if you're actually bandaging, either use a charge of your medical kit or you make a roll for it.
I don't think that I have any more medical kit around me.
I've got medical kit.
So
I don't
that's-
either.
I
I-
thought
I-
Flynn bought like 10 of them.
No, that was a different
That
thing.
was in a one shot.
Oh.
The
I
person that had 25.
yeah, Farron's the one with healing kits, so it's hi. Who do I touch?
You can take care of her. I will see how I feel in the morning.
Yeah,
I'm going
healer's
to keep
kit.
waiting
I
for
don't
my
need to
bird.
roll for using a healer's
So,
kit, do I?
just as a note for my rest rules, if you bandage yourself, you gain twice as many hit points back on a long rest. That is why I mention it.
Well, give it to me then, too.
Okay, so I don't need to roll for using a healer's kit, do I?
No, you just expend a charge of your healer's kit.
You don't need it. Nakane, do you need it?
Nope, I'm good.
Tell
Yes, please.
Damia. No.
What? Yes.
Yeah,
Healing
that's
kit.
it.
And yeah, so I've got 2 use left in this one.
And it was your Constitution score?
Yeah, it's your Constitution score, but since you're bandaged, you'll get twice that back.
Okay.
But that is actually where we're gonna end tonight.
Does
Is
my
you
bird
guys?
come back?
I
Can
have
wait
a
outside?
I have a plan for that.
Ooh, I want my bird.
I
He's
know.
so stressed. He's like, please.
I just imagine a 6'6" man is really antsy, like
He's
hopping from foot
yes,
to foot.
that's absolutely him.
Where's my bird?
So his bird, it's because he's a witch. It's literally an extension of his soul. So like her being far away from him stresses him out. Like
It's a lot
it's
worse than like your car keys, yeah.
Yes.
Really.
Understandable, I think.
But yeah, no, Vox, I very much have a plan for what is happening with Calumet.
You get miniature
like-
ice demon.
She's an icy bird right now.
Oh, she flew the fuck away from that place.
She was like,
Bye.
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 Dad is no longer here. Time
Bye.
to go!
Time to go.
Time to piece the fuck out.
He sent her off. He was like, well, we're gonna go fight, so get as far away as you can.
All
Bye.
right. So yeah, that is where we're calling this session for tonight.
Aw,
Woo.
Bunny subbed 5 more for people for Christmas.
Duh.
Christmas!
Thank you, Bunny.
Thanks,
Thank
Bunny.
you.
I think we have to sit down and actually make more emotes now.
Emotes.
Yeah, likely. Because.
Yeah.
We could probably get the Andrew emote.
Are we gonna have an email for everyone?
We probably could swing that. I just need to get pictures of people's faces, which we could probably pull from streams and stuff. Holy mother of Jakes. So,
That would be Mama Waterman.
indeed it would be. But yes, so I'm going to leave this part open to questions. If you guys have any questions, I know, Vox, you are probably going to be trying to get out of here since
I'm
you have a
parked
drive
behind.
home.
It's been parked
snowing.
behind
Gareth
Docs,
agrees
so.
that we need an Andrew emote.
We're going to get the Andrew holding a snake.
Bunny says, need box emoji.
Just
I
spam my face all the time.
I can probably
No,
pull
the Vox
something
emoji
from one of our past streams.
The Vox
It's
emoji.
actually
I marked that I have 4
the
left.
flaming elbow art
Could you hand me
Oh,
that?
yeah.
that your friend did for you.
What?
Actually, just the flaming
The
elbow.
flaming fuck! Oh my god, the flaming Elmo!
Oh, could I get inspiration back
That
from
way
everybody?
it's different
Gareth
emotions.
was
We have
really excited
Jake's-
about this emote.
and then you.
Erica's, or Nakane's so upset. I hope you enjoy injuring her as much as you fucking people are.
So, I do have to ask all of you, what did you think of tonight's session?
Very fun.
Having a bad time.
Yeah, we're having a real bad time. We
Besides
released
the
the
sneeze,
sign of the
yeah.
apocalypse because Nakane was pissed and smashed a vase.
Oh, you have no idea how happy it made me when you're like, I'm gonna smash it. I'm like,
I was
this
joking.
is exactly what I wanted.
It made Jake the same amount of
with a
happy as it did
hammer.
when I pushed the Salagan forward.
I
It's the same thing.
just
Yeah, me and your character's just like destroying Jake's world.
Yeah, this
And,
is
like,
fair not dealing, by the way. He's like, yeah,
see.
fuck
You
this
seem
all.
to be thinking that you're destroying my world instead of I've been destroying it from the beginning.
right? Yeah, but we're gonna go down in history as those assholes that ruined the entire world.
Aiko says, so Jake, you could roll on that chart for cursed items for those magic items.
I have been thinking about that, and so next session I plan on getting the magic items in. I apologize I didn't really have the capacity today to sit down and do it, because it was a lot of role-playing and getting back and back. Hello, Bug!
How did you get in here?
Hello, Bug Sir.
He came through the door.
When it was open for that brief time?
Yes. He likes to sit outside that door.
Good job,
Can I
bud.
please not have a cursed item? I'm already blessed.
Quite well.
Did someone give us a curse item and you just need to roll for that now?
I'm not mentioning that yet, because I haven't set up the cursed magic item things. It's Aiko just saying,
I wasn't sure if someone tried to give us one at some point. I can't remember if that happened or not.
it is, I have
Gareth
plans.
wants the Iron Oculus.
The Iron Oculus!
What is that?
So
Oh,
Your eye out.
it's a horrible item that's fantastic.
the Iron Oculus is an iron eye, and you hold it to your own eye, and it sucks your eyeball out into it, and
here.
holds it. While it holds your eye, you have
True sight.
true sight, and you can
Dark,
detect.
I think it's dark vision.
Oh, you've got dark vision
In the one eye?
up to like 120 or 160 feet.
No, it's just you have dark vision.
Just a dark vision, whatever. And you can also detect polymorph,
Oh,
wild shape, shape change,
Yeah.
whatever. If it's not in its true form, you can detect it.
That is pretty cool.
Oh, and invisible, I believe was a thing.
Sounds like a really rare item.
But
No,
yes,
it's uncommon.
but yes. Are there any questions for me?
'Cause when you
Pretty
put one
much
eye, you-
about the entire Into the Serpent strip arc. So, because this was the finale, and there's some stuff that I think I didn't answer quite yet.
How many of us would you have liked to have been blessed?
I only needed one.
Would you have liked more?
No, not really. Because then it would have made it.
Forgot your coat.
Might get
Huh? Oh no, I was peeing. I have all my stuff in here still.
Because then it would have made it. If more than one of you had been blessed by Plas, it would have made it far more difficult for me to come up with a reason, a way for both of you to lose to get rid of the blessing. So having just one of you gave only one character justification, and it also kind of, makes it central that one character gets it. So when I do something to someone else, it kind of gives it gives a uniqueness to that.
Drive safe, Fox, says
I
Bunny.
Yeah.
Yes. Drive safe.
Good riddance.
Yes. Tell Bunny thank you. I will do my darndest.
I mean, Bunny can hear you.
No, I turn. Oh well, I guess. Bunny
You can
A little bit.
might be able to, depending on this
Yeah.
mic.
I will drive safe, Bunny. Thank you.
God, it'll be so nice when we can just
I
walk
see.
in here.
Are you going to set up a True Blood player character, which I think is directed at me?
Yep.
I will leave that up to Jake on whether or not I can answer that.
True Blood.
I'm assuming that's pure blood.
Oh, Pure Blood.
Bye, nerds.
Peace.
Why?
For
Don't die.
Yeah.
So, I think I'll answer that because I might be able to kind of keep it more concise. The plan is so far that Myth will be continued to be played. That is the extent that I'm going to talk about. Andrew, we're not doing mic tests now with just turning off everything.
Other than that, I don't think that Jake's going to reveal the guy who knew Alduin, because I get the feeling we're going to see him again. And we're supposed to find out what we can about him in the meantime, or not find anything and be frustrated.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's going to be one of Jake's long-term evil plot things as the DM.
oh God, that made me so happy.
Is
we
Maria
noticed.
straight?
Huh?
Is Maria straight?
I'm not gonna reveal that.
Yeah, we could tell you really enjoyed that guy by the way you were just, oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
Oh,
Who the fuck
yeah,
is that
so
guy? Because
much.
I'm gonna stab the fuck out of him.
Like, you were really into that voice, Jay.
Honestly, I had actually been practicing that voice.
Is he Aldi's biggest fan?
I'm not going into that.
Number one fanboy.
It's,
Oh my
it's
god.
like The Incredibles.
It's
It
like
is
Mr.
like The
Incredible
Incredibles.
and the one guy, yeah.
I do enjoy
Syndrome.
Syndrome.
I do enjoy Andrew's response. I'm gonna stab him.
I did not like to just turn magic around.
I didn't like how they're playing tennis with fireballs.
I wasn't a fan of being part of AoE spell tennis.
I was sitting there going, I want to gaius him, and then I was like, oh. I could gaius myself.
Isn't that so interesting? One mechanic, and I'm able to make something about your party actually terrified.
Well, I was just like, oh good, he stopped the spell. Wait, why are you casting a spell?
Oh god! And then fire.
I thought Mythos was that other player. Maria is, not a player. She's an NPC that Myth has a huge, massive, big crush on.
Oh,
And she and Aldwin have hooked up a few times, but they're not, like, dating. They've just hooked up a few
a
times.
few flings, including in the middle of the dark in the jungle.
Yeah, like,
With Nakane.
they're adventurers.
Oh, that's right! Because she was super fucking high.
Yeah.
Super.
She was high, I was a good great-grandfather and talked her into it.
Yeah, they're adventurers.
enjoying it,
It's
that's the
convenient.
important
They
part.
think each other is attractive, so sometimes they get down and dirty, but they haven't really done anything or acted as though they're in a relationship at any point.
Oh, okay.
That's something that can be explored later.
Yeah, it hasn't been pertinent for either of them to really look at it anymore beyond that.
So, for all of you to be aware, our next episode is not going to actually take place during the next arc. We are called, what we do between arcs is we have these things called prepilogues, because it's not quite an epilogue, but it's also, it's an epilogue, but it's also a prologue. So this will be the Into the Serpent strip prepilogue, because there's no better term for it. And there will be some downtime, maybe some side quests.
Side quests.
Um,
Can we have a Christmas side quest?
Yeah. Go rescue Santa Claus.
oh, that reminds me. I actually will not be able to be here next week.
Next week. you
But the
won't be there.
following weekend I should be able to.
Okay.
Because that is actually when we're doing what me and my family are calling Thanksmas.
Okay.
Because I didn't go to my parents for Thanksgiving, and I won't be there for Christmas.
Christgiving.
And quite frankly, with my family, holiday traditions and dates mean nothing. Because I grew up in a split household to begin with.
Yeah.
Dates were already kind of like, when we can get it in.
Yeah.
So, for us it's like, oh, we want to have Christmas the second weekend of December?
Okay.
Good enough.
Okay.
All we're gonna eat, and I might end up going hunting with my uncle.
Okay. If Andrew's not working, he said he can run something next week.
Sounds
If
good.
he
We need
is
to hear more.
working, I can probably run something, or somebody else can. Or...
We need to hear more Uncle War stories.
Oh my god. Snow orc building contest. I don't think they want the city to get to that point yet. But I realize what I had planned for the next session, and I'm not sure that's very Christmassy.
I mean, I also realize
it
we're
could
in
be
a
deep
desert.
freeze. Give the gift of scales.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't try to, because of the time of the year in the world, it might be difficult for me to do a Christmas themed one unless we decide to do a one shot instead. But I'm not sure if you guys would rather do that or continue with the campaign and try to progress things along.
Oh, my
Eh.
thing. Yeah.
I mean, I can do either or. If it's a Christmas one shot, it's probably going to be horrifying. We're going to die, and the only red we're going to see is blood.
And Andrew just mentioned that Vox has offered to do one shots as well, so
All right.
we'll play it by ear. We'll probably be here.
I know
and do
you.
things.
I know you wanted me to make a very specific character after I mentioned the idea.
I have a few things I want you to do.
Play a Uniborn.
No, I don't want to play a Uniborn. No, one of the ideas I brought up was a bard that only tells dad jokes.
That'd be amazing.
There, I have a lot of characters that I could play.
Gareth is saying prepalogue.
Yes, the prepalogue. This was the finale of Into the Serpent Strip.
I think that's his vote. Is he saying he wants prepalogue?
Oh, you want prepalogue? Yeah,
Okay, I'll handle it.
My Christmas gift to you.
It's a big middle finger.
I might elicit more emotions during this prepalogue than previous ones.
Why are you going to kill Cat?
I never said
Fight
I
me.
never said I'm killing Cat. I already put her catatonic. Why would I then murder her like that?
Because,
That's no fun.
Please don't kill Maria.
Depends on if you want her to get out of the city or not.
She's not gonna believe me.
Nope.
We should definitely go to Rivertown.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for, like, I know what the next arc is because that's what you guys have pretty much decided on doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. And I'm not sure if I should reveal what the name of it is until you guys teleport to Rivertown or not.
Welcome to You Fucked Up.
Children in the river.
Yeah, down fucked up. If it's,
Welcome to Waterlogged.
Waterboarding.
No.
Here, we're going to have drowned children drag you into fucking the river that is tainted by Magebane steel and watch all of you fucking casters squirm.
Or
Oh my God.
watch that weird creature that just drains your life.
So, for those of you watching who have never seen anything or read anything of mine, Rivertown is not exactly the best of places. There's a specific metal that was mined in a mine to the north of Rivertown that ended up leaking into the groundwater, and basically the local river as well. That more or less that metal is called Magebane steel, which has come up in this arc, which when in contact with casters of not divine nature, sort of just,
Makes you want to throw up.
it makes you unable to use spellcasting.
Makes you want to throw up.
So this city has a reputation of no spellcasters.
fair. Understandable.
And many of your characters might not. Myth might be the only person knowledgeable in
Oh my
lore
gosh.
of
They're
Rivertown.
going to be like, cool drink of water. She's going to be like,
No! Don't you fucking do that!
They're just gonna be like, oh look, water.
But yeah, Andrew, if you want to set up us doing a raid here, I'm not quite done. But yeah, are there any other questions before we take off?
Nope.
what happened to Tina?
There.
What happened to the T-Rex?
You'll never know.
No!
Tina.
What about Popo? Oh yeah, he disappeared too.
The T-Rex comes back.
I actually
as a
don't know where
skeleton.
Popo's home is.
It's
Oh wait, yes, no, that was one of his homes. I don't know where it is now.
It's in the desert.
In the middle of a desert.
He's somewhere.
He's somewhere.
Just
over
in the
there.
It
desert.
depends on what he's doing.
Will I TPK them?
Someday. Probably.
He hopes.
Knowing him, we're going to have an arc where we all die and have to do some bullshit for Thanatos as retribution for something else that we did earlier that fucked up with Thanatos' bookkeeping, and she's done.
Probably when we messed with the City of Glass.
Yes, Bunny. My smirk. I never leave killing party members off the table. It honestly means that if they want to keep playing them, there's more to that story. If they want to switch characters, then I leave that up to them. But I have written plenty of stuff about my afterlife that there is no reason why I cannot let them figure a way out of it. It might cost them a lot, though. So...
I'm a poor monk. I don't know how much
Nah.
to give.
Not
Oh,
that kind of cost.
yeah. Yeah, no, not that kind.
Okay.
There's a different thing you can pay that,
Like literally losing a point of sanity. Or all your sanity.
I mean, the worst thing is being subject to the will of some entity, powerful entity that you don't know what their motive is.
Sounds sexy.
And then suddenly at a point of crucial storytelling, it could ask you to make a horrible decision.
Hey, remember how you're alive? Remember how I did that for you? Stab that person. Do what? Stab them. But they're my friend. That's great.
Well, you'd like me to stab them.
Stab this random person that you've never encountered. Oh, hey, you just kickstarted a war.
Fair.
Hey, push this bucket over the border. Congratulations, you started a war between Greece and Macedonia again.
Hey, see that guy?
That actually happened.
I just
Really?
need you to
Yes.
go up and, like, give that guy's hand a quick shake. Okay, that seems weird. Ah, great. Yes, now he's been seen with you as a diplomat from a different continent, and now he's been marked for death. Thank you. Wait, what?
There's also a dog
or-
running across the border from this
Or possibly like,
Yeah.
hey,
war.
I need you to, go into this place and
Yep.
take something for me. Oh, it happens to be a heavily fortified, bank? Oh, okay.
That's great. You want to be dead again?
Can I not? I mean, I can always take your soul back.
Or like, find my son. You'll find him in this mansion. You have to just go through this tunnel to get to him. Oh, you can never get out.
Ah, welcome. I've wanted a guest for a while.
But yeah. If there's no other questions, Andrew, go ahead and hit that raid button, and we will see you all later. Thank you so much for joining us, and see you next week.
Yes. I wonder if Andrew can actually hit the raid button.
Yeah, he's actually on TeamViewer.
Oh.